I'm this year expanding myself to exponential growth with effortless energy, the limitless energy, not the energy of I have to go and do these things, I have to go and do it. Then it feels like it's not in alignment. And all my 3 new programs what are coming up for February, they're all in absolutely alignment with me, with my work, what I do. And every single title of it speaks me. I know I create magic. I know what I see within you. And I know what's possible. And with the amount of sheer things what I went through in my life, now when I see certain patterns, I'm completely blunt with you and say to you, are you going to wait? Are you going to move? Are we going to grow? And how to do it. And not to give you airy fairy story and to keep you at one particular level. I wanted that you grow and expand. It is possible. It is absolutely possible. So if you're ready for it, let me know. But the growth is absolutely possible. All the work what I do it for me, for us, for you. And I'll say this again. Why do I say it like that? Because it's a ripple effect what we are creating. The ripple effect of goodness, the ripple effect of gratitude, the ripple effect of healing, ancestral lines healing. My dad wrote a book. And he wrote a book in a sheer diary style. It's covered every page with the pain and experiences what he went through. At any stage in that book, he didn't write anything about how he overcome it. What did he learn from those experiences? Not at all. It is a story of so many things what happened to him as a little child, what he experienced post-war and being born in the middle of the war, the World War II. And yes, it was tragedy of some of the things what happened, but he didn't overcome it. So I always say this, the things when they're falling apart, they are truly falling apart, but they're falling apart and going into the places where they're meant to be. The difference is, do we want to stay at that place, or is that a new growth? Is it a new growth in your pineapple season garden? Is that a new growth which you want to have, or is there weeds and that the growth could be a weeds? And what is it that within yourself you're still lacking? You could be lacking the wealth and abundance and intuition and happiness inside of yourself. And if we're looking externally to have happiness from others and, to give you a tap on the shoulders, you're giving them the whole power that they can do whatever they want to with you. And I've been through some of the mentors and everyone else who sometimes they were just making sure that they keep me on a certain level. Why? Because they were too scared. If I go out and out of my shell, what's going to happen? In a point that they copied my stuff and they copied my names and copied, all sorts of things from my work. And what did that make me? Just made me giggle and said, yeah, I'm on the right path, because they wouldn't be doing that if I was not exponential, amazing, magical, whatever words you want to put for yourself. Nobody can copy your energy. And if you think that you have to fight for your man, that he doesn't cheat or doesn't go away or something like that either, the program is coming up about that. And the program which you can already take in is limitless. That woman is the boss, the badass, the goddess, and she becomes limitless. And I'll say this again. She's the boss, the badass, the goddess, and she becomes limitless. She doesn't wait for the man to turn around, and she doesn't wait for the man to heal himself, and she doesn't wait for the man to maybe show her that tomorrow will be a better day. She doesn't. She knows what she wants. And we come to the stage where that doesn't apply to us anymore, and we just know what we want. We really do. So what is it that you're seeking and wanting? And is it a spiritual growth? And I absolutely love when I have got a clients on different levels when they're coming to see me. Some of them are absolutely at entry point, some of them are in middle, some of them are more higher in the spiritual world. And either of them is perfectly fine, because I know even if you're on this level, eventually you will come to this level when we have 2 pineapples. And that's after about 2 to 3 years. That's on average. So working with me, reading my posts, being in my groups, doing the programs, one of them, it could be a breakthrough, but it's not going to change your life for 360 degrees, because what's going to change your life for 360 degrees is you doing the work consistently, internal, plug into energy. We do the energy healings, working on yourself. It's something, as my grandpa would say, you never stop learning until the day you die. I'm your muse, I'm your lighthouse. I've been called lots of different names. Not just a mentor, not just a coach, not just an energy healer. I alchemize your pain and your triggers, what you had, and through emotional intelligence, we change the words, the talk, what you're doing with yourself and others. Conscious parenting, raising 2 children, which are now 18 and 22, as a single mother without no family members here, was absolutely challenging when I could not just say, Mum, can you have the kids, when I was going through divorce with the children's dad, where I couldn't just go and say, can I come over for dinner? I just need my mum, or I just need my parents home. I couldn't do that. I worked 2 jobs and I had to pull through. How did I went through that? How did I had the courage after I got married second time, and as soon as we got married, he became physical, abusive, narcissistic, showing your true colors, and there was no more love bombing or nothing like that, which happens in narcissistic in the beginning, and then the hell opened. And it was the best teaching what I could possibly have, better than any course, any study, what I did about narcissism. He was exponentially good in it. And I'm grateful for it, because I learned, my daughter learned. My daughter knows exactly what to do. She knows exactly the red flags. So it was an amazing experience. Was it painful mentally and physically? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And when I say what he did to me, I don't say it that you feel sorry for me. I say that you know that I understand you if you went through similar or same experience, because we hear it every single day. I want to change the law, certain things in Australia regarding the whole domestic violence, and educating people in it. The experience is what I went through, what some of my clients are going through it, and where I can help them, and I help them already. Because if they are, with certain people and they're not experienced helping them, they get to the doors. But because I went through it, I know what to do. But I still want to make a big change for women, for our children to be protected. So when I say to you stories about my life and about my children, about everything I went through, How did I overcome it? What did I do? Nobody is perfect, but every single event, scenario, everything that happened to me, it made me who I am today. And I learned from it. And some things what I did or studied 20 years ago, it didn't make sense back then, but it does now. And it kind of, in a sense, comes handy where I'm going like, I don't have to tune in at all to the client to see. I get reminded by the spirit or by the people who crossed over on your side, and they tell me, and I go like, okay, I have to go back to this, and I have to see this, and I see that this is what's happening with their organs or the body, and they need this. And from a medical background, what I have got, it was easy for me to say it and explain it in a simple language to the clients and help them out. One thing for sure, I'm not a fortune teller. I cannot extend your life either here. We can make it exceptionally better. The choice is yours. Absolutely yours. You're incredible. And believe in yourself. And if it's hard, I wanted that you say it's challenging. What is this teaching me? And if you have a moment, like I said, where my first husband, ex-husband said, you're going to be poor, you will be nothing. When I was divorcing him, and he's going to come and collect the children. And I went in a house and I just slid down the wall. I can sit on the floor and cried. My children came and they hugged me and they said, we have got this, Mum. We're the team. And all what I was thinking, how am I going to do it all? How am I going to do it all? So if you're going through experiences like this, where your ex is hiding all the money and puts everything away, pays peanuts for child support and all of this stuff, and you have to, move out of your home and rent and pay for the things, have 2 jobs. I did it. I've been in those situations. And I did it. And I started running my own business. How did I do it? I talk about it openly in every single video, the teachings, everything. Everything what I know, I want to give you. That way you can teach your children, you can teach others around you. And adjust it to your situations. So when you come and see me with my intuition, I see what happened to you. I see at what age did it happen? What exactly happened? Was it the mother? Was it the father? Was it the uncle? I've seen clients where I've seen them and I go like, it is really hard to say, but I said I will say it. Were you sexually abused by your father or by your uncle, by your godfather? And they go like, you're the second person who knows this. And they're in their 40s. And I had the privilege and honor to see this and to actually say to the clients. By that particular client, I remember she was crying for the whole year in my sessions, every single time. And now she can talk about it and she says things, and she says about this, particular client about her family member, and she doesn't cry. She doesn't cry. And I'm not saying that we don't have to cry. We can cry, but to cry in a way of pain and resentment and anger. She can actually speak about it and move on and do her life. And guess what? That was already showing in her family with another family member that would be repeating. And she was like, I want to cut the ancestral cords with this. What the hell is in my family that I don't want to have that cords in it? They're possible to be cut. They're possible to be done. And it's possible to reset them to different levels. We heal. Just like if you had a father or you know, a grandfather who was alcoholic and you chose not to be alcoholic, you cut that ancestral line. And that is possible. Or if you had a father who was angry, you couldn't say anything, couldn't speak to him, and you're that little boy who is afraid to have a children because what if you become like him? What if you become like him? You want to become like him if you choose to. But if you're already watching this video, I know this already, that you don't want to. You're seeing things, but you're so afraid that that pattern's like automatic inside of you. That automatic pattern can be changed, can be absolutely changed. It will take some time. That pieces of a puzzles within you exist. And we're not born here to suffer. We are born to live, and whatever contract we have got within our soul, what we sign up for the contract, we sign up. And some of us were giving a little bit more bigger contract than the others. But nothing could be given to us where we can't handle it. So remember that. Embrace every part of you. The light and the shadow exists within us. And a shadow work, don't be afraid of it. We put a torch on it and we have a look of it. We examine it, we move it, we shuffle it. And sometimes it's about decoding and rechanging and reshaping. Hence why I called my business a healing light, L-I-T-E. It's a light on the end of the tunnel. It's a light on top of you. It's a light inside of you. Just like my grandpa loved lighthouses. And for whatever reason, he loved it. And I know what the reason is. But I embraced the lighthouse from my grandpa. Be that a lighthouse.